In the contemplation of the Euphrates River's gradual desiccation, one cannot help but wonder if this unfolding phenomenon aligns with a prophecy written millennia ago in the Bible. As we embark on a quest for answers, let us delve into the deeper meanings behind this significant change, journeying through both scriptures and contemporary observations to unravel the mysteries of the Euphrates and its role in the unfolding narrative of the end times. Join me as we explore the prophetic significance, the fall of Babylon, the release of the four angels, and the implications for believers in this profound exploration. The Euphrates River, a lifeline woven through the pages of history, now commands our attention in an extraordinary manner. In recent years, the recession of its mighty waters beckons us to ponder deeply. Beyond a mere geographical entity, the Euphrates is a pivotal symbol in biblical prophecy, as Revelation 16 verse 12 vividly guides our focus. It speaks of the sixth angel pouring out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, causing its waters to dry up, preparing the way for the kings from the east. Genesis chapter 15 verse 18, where God promises Abraham the land from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates, establishes the Euphrates as more than just a physical boundary. It symbolizes God's expansive blessings and sovereignty. This river, flowing through the Garden of Eden in Genesis chapter 2 verse 14, serves as a reminder of God's provision and bounty. However, in the prophecies of Jeremiah and Isaiah, the Euphrates is often associated with judgment, foreshadowing God's intervention and consequences for nations. The drying up of the Euphrates, as foretold in Revelation, signifies more than an environmental shift or climate change. It hints at a divine plan unfolding before our eyes. Its role in biblical history, nurturing civilizations while symbolizing judgment, suggests a profound transition. The imagery in Revelation 9 verse 14, where four angels bound at the Euphrates are released, points to a mysterious divine plan beyond human comprehension. In Revelation 16 verse 12, the drying up of the Euphrates serves as a strategic act by God, setting the stage for the final battle of Armageddon. This battle, the culmination of divine setup, represents a spiritual showdown between the forces of evil and the armies of heaven led by Christ. The drying river symbolizes the withdrawal of God's grace and a reminder of the transient nature of earthly powers in the face of divine sovereignty. This prophetic event is not isolated. It connects deeply with the fall of Babylon mentioned in Isaiah and Jeremiah. Isaiah 44 verse 27 speaks of drying up rivers, echoing historical events, while resonating with future judgment on corrupt systems. The drying Euphrates signifies the end of systems opposed to God's will, akin to the fall of ancient Babylon. As we witness the literal drying of the Euphrates, these prophecies take on new dimensions, challenging us to reflect on the temporary nature of human power and the eternal sovereignty of God. The release of four angels bound at the Euphrates, as depicted in Revelation 9 verses 13 to 15, unveils a chilling prophecy. These angels, unleashed at a divinely appointed moment, bring about significant destruction during the end times. The mysterious nature of this passage suggests the immediacy and irrevocable consequence of divine intervention, altering the course of history in a moment's breath. This imagery challenges believers to live in a state of readiness, understanding the signs of the times and aligning their lives with God's purposes. Historically, the Euphrates River has served as a barrier protecting lands and civilizations from invasions. In the spiritual sense, the river acts as a boundary, holding back forces of evil until God's appointed time. The drying up of the Euphrates, as foretold in Revelation, represents God removing this barrier, allowing his divine plan to unfold. It illustrates God's sovereignty over history and his control over the timing of events, urging believers to trust in God's perfect timing. The Euphrates, flowing through regions known for rebellion against God, symbolizes human defiance. From the Tower of Babel to the empires of Babylon and Assyria, this region epitomizes stories of human pride and resistance to God's authority. However, in the grand narrative of the Bible, the Euphrates also symbolizes God's unyielding sovereignty. The drying up of the Euphrates in Revelation represents the culmination of God's judgment against rebellion, signaling the end of an era marked by human pride and godlessness. Throughout the Bible, the Euphrates River has been a boundary between nations, defining the extent of Israel's territorial reach. Beyond a geographical marker, it symbolizes God's plan for unity among nations. The drying up of the Euphrates in Revelation could represent the breaking down of historical barriers that divided nations, inviting believers to envision a future where God's kingdom unites people from every tribe, tongue, and nation. In the context of end times, believers are urged to reflect on the implications of the drying up of the Euphrates. It challenges them to trust in God's sovereignty, remain spiritually vigilant, and engage in prayer for themselves and the world. The prophecy calls for a re-evaluation of priorities and lifestyles, emphasizing the temporary nature of earthly things. Believers are encouraged to be agents of reconciliation, bridging divides and spreading the love and grace of God. As we navigate the complexities of the end times, the drying up of the Euphrates serves as a call to righteousness and a warning against aligning with worldly powers. Believers are reminded of the transient nature of earthly kingdoms and the eternal nature of God's kingdom. The prophecy encourages them to stand firm in their faith, rooted in the truth of God's word, as they await the fulfillment of God's ultimate plan for humanity. In conclusion, the Euphrates River, once a ribbon of life through history, now stands as a symbol pregnant with prophetic significance. Its drying up beckons believers to discernment and faithfulness, urging them to align with God's will. The prophecies surrounding the Euphrates challenge believers to trust in God's sovereignty, remain vigilant, and actively engage in prayer for themselves and the world. As we witness the unfolding of these prophetic signs, may we embrace the challenges with faith and courage, knowing that God is working out His perfect plan in every change and uncertainty. The Euphrates, in its historical and prophetic context, serves as a constant reminder of God's unchanging purpose and unfailing love for all humanity.